At the core of nation building is leadership, active participation, inclusivity, and much more. To have key conversation on how to get young people involved, Lateef Jakande Leadership Academy organized its first leadership summit, gathering major stakeholders from different sectors to discuss important issues.
So we obviously identify that we need to have these sorts of conversations about beyond just grooming the next generation of leaders, which Lateef Jakande Academy does. We need to have really key conversations about how to get young people involved and how to engage them and how they can become active citizens and be inspired. So what better way to do it than to actually have people that have charted that same course and they've come out on the other end smiling, successful, and so they can inspire the next generation to be able to chart that same course. So if you were to ask anyone, what do you think one of Nigeria's biggest problem will be? You'll find at least most people will say leadership, right? And I think we needed to explore the intricacies of what leadership looks like, what a leader looks like.
The Lagos State Leadership Summit had several intriguing panel sessions, keynote speeches, fireside chats. The first panel was on the topic Youth in the Driver's Seat, Fostering Leadership Capacities for Effective Governance. And the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, says we need to have more youth with character.
Youth must have certain character traits that will engender them to wherever they are put so that socioeconomic development can be propelled, right? And that is really the essence of it, because in Nigeria today, when you look at the society, what we lack, right, it's not Nigeria is a rich country, rich in natural resources, rich in human capital. It's not the unavailability of skills, of hardcore skills, but really is character that would underpin institutions, that will make sure things are fair, equal, justice.
So essentially, the way I see it, whether we like it or not, if you're a young person in government or if you're a woman in government, people look at you like a representative of your generation or of the group that you belong to. And that's why it's important that as ambassadors of those groups, even though we don't really like being looked at that way, but as ambassadors of those groups, we have to understand that we have to work really hard to make the case for further inclusion of people that are like us, as young as we are, or even younger, that look like us, that's female in this instance. And we just have to understand that we bear the burden of representing the groups that we belong to well, and convincing our leaders to do more in terms of inclusion. So, and then we have to conduct ourselves in a way that encourages them to actually bring more young people in. So that commitment has to be there. The commitment to work, the commitment to nation building, it should be apparent that you're there, you actually love your country, you love what you do, and you're willing and able and ready to give your all. So it's public service is sacrifice at the end of the day.
Speaking on the topic nurturing tomorrow's leaders, economic advisor to the Katsina State government says we need to concentrate more on action.
At the end of the day, we're all going to be defined by what we have on ground, what impact we made, what KPIs we hit, how much impact we had in the lives of people, jobs created, investments brought in, how many companies did you bring up, and so on. So if you talk the talk, you better talk the walk, or walk the talk, So I feel like once we concentrate on action, try and find people that can actually deliver, put them in sensitive positions. Those are the kind of leaders that we need. So the youth need to maximize for that. Don't just package yourself for the talking, package yourself for you to bring maximum impact to society.
I think one thing that stands out for me when we talk about inclusion in sustainable leadership is the fact that we cannot ignore persons living with disabilities within our society. They are an integral part of society, and we must focus, just like one of them said, we must focus first on their abilities rather than their disabilities, because they are as intelligent, they are as capable, they are as hardworking, as we are.
Major highlight was a presentation of award by the Lagos State Governor and the 30 fellow from the Lateef Jakande Leadership Academy. For Rapid TV, Esther Omelu.